Overpopulation is definitely one of the most important problems on people's mind. And yes, admittedly, we will reach about 9 to 10 billion people by the second half of this century, which is undoubtedly the highest number of people that will ever live on this planet. So too many people on a planet, it's not good. But if we talk about the resources that they actually consume, most of the increase that we believe that we need in the future for this additional people actually isn't really coming true, because population growth is restricted now to Africans and Muslim countries. We're talking about very poor people. And if we talk about we need more food and all that kind of stuff, it's mostly because if people get richer and they eat a more meat-based diet, that's where the destruction comes in. So if we talk about overpopulation, we have to be more careful what we argue about. So it's not the poor people in Africa. They are a problem regionally, locally, where they overexploit nature, which leads to destruction, and there are not enough jobs, and they're unhappy people, especially young males. So you have lots of crises, conflicts, even wars, migration patterns. That is a good reason why we should stop this overpopulation there. But on a grander scale of the whole planet, some countries are already decreasing in population if we exclude migration. And the important reason for that is also the solution that we have to offer. Overpopulation is easily stopped if you educate girls and women. The more years a woman has at school, at university, the fewer the number of kids she has got. If she then moves to a city, it actually crashes. So you have an emancipation dividend in two ways. You stop population growth, actually population then is starting to shrink. If we have no big breakthrough in longevity, population in the next century will actually crash dramatically. In places like Singapore, Taiwan, there's only 1 kid per woman. That means a 50% reduction per generation in population. So that is the one emancipation dividend that we have. The other one is countries are more prosperous if you educate women. Simple as that. Now you might say, those countries that we're talking about where we still have population growth, yeah, they have no schools because it's hard to start a school there. And that is where the trouble comes in. We have to make sure that the countries don't fail, or the schools will be overrun by Islamists, or they simply won't have any schools because they're too poor. And then we will have a population restriction that we don't really like, and that is hunger, death, war. So educate girls, keep the planet stable. Overpopulation is no problem anymore.